Hello everyone. In this particular video, we are going to see how can we create a to-do web page using simple HTML and JavaScript, which looks like this. So let's get started with it. So before starting to code, we are going to firstly see that what is our layout going to be, what is our design going to be for our to-do app. So as you can see, I have created a simple drawing over here where you can see that the first div has an header tag, then it has a form that we are going to fill to add the particular task, and inside the second div we are going to store the elements that have been entered into the form. So I have just pre-written the HTML pattern or the HTML skeleton that we would need. So over here, the first div is called as the add task. I'll just make it an ID over here. So this is a quick tip that if you are naming every attribute as an ID, then just keep on naming everything as an ID, because I used to make this mistake that I used to create a div and give it an ID, then give a class to an h1 tag and so on. So it just gets very confusing while calling. So if you are writing an ID, then everywhere just write an ID, not a class. So yeah, we have a add task header, then we have a form inside which I have an input field and a button, very simple. So what is the main logic that when this button gets clicked, then I want a list element to be added inside this particular div. So over here, this div is going to be empty because I cannot just create an ordered list over here and add elements into it, because I do not know what data I want to add, because it's going to be dynamic and not static. For that reason, what we'll do is create a script tag. Inside that script tag, firstly what I'll do is I'll say that document dot query selector. I'll say what is the name of our form, input form. So I'll say when the input form is submitted, do these particular things. And what are these things going to be? Firstly, I'll create a list element. So how can I create a list element? So for that I'll say constant li. I'm just giving it a name li so it gets easier to read. You can add anything you like. I'll say document dot create element, which is an li, and I'll just close the statement. And after that I'll say li dot inner html is going to be document dot query selector, and select the input bar and whatever the value over there is. It would be quite confusing right now that what am I writing, but let me just finish the code and I'll just quickly make you understand what is happening over here. And at the last I'll say li dot, or I'll say document dot query selector, and this time I'll select this particular div, which is list task, and append li to it. And after we have written this, I'll just clear my input bar again. I'll say input dot value equal, then just clear it. And at last I'll write return false, so it prevents form from resubmitting itself. So what we are doing over here is that when the form will get submitted, then we will create a new element, which is create a list element. Then over here what I am doing, what is the content of that list going to be? So content of the list element So what is the content going to be? That I selected the input bar, and whatever the value inside the input bar has been written is going to be the content for our list element. And then finally I have just appended it to our div, to the div. And at last, again, what I have done is I've cleared the input field. Otherwise, what would have happened is that when you wrote a particular task and hit the submit button, then a new task would be added, but the input bar would still have that previous task. So you need to control A, then remove all of that and write again. So instead, we just put an empty colon over here, which clears the previous task written, and this return false is written over here because it prevents the form from resubmitting. It's like jumble words, form from, yeah, never mind. So this is our script tag, this is the main logic that we are going to be using. So let's try and run our code to see that it runs perfectly. So yeah, we are at our web page, and over here I'll say enter your task. So I'll say go to the gym and add this particular task. So as you can see that a new task has been added, go to the gym. Next I'll say get some groceries and add this task. So new get some groceries has been added. More I'll say play cricket at 4 and add this task. So these elements have now been added. We'll also open the console panel to see what is happening. I'll just refresh the page. So for now, this list tasks div is empty. It doesn't have anything, as you can see over here. It is not even showing because nothing is present over there. Now as soon as I say I'll say something and I add it, a div, a list ID has been added over here. As you can see, an li element has been added which has the content something. I'll add something more and add this task. So a new li element has been created. This is because we are dynamically adding it through the JavaScript. Now what changes can be made over here is that you can even, now if I'll say that I've written nothing into the task and I add this task, then a blank element gets added. So how can we resolve this problem that we have? So for that we will go back to our code, and what I'll say is over here we are going to make some logical changes into our code, which is that before the form gets submitted, when our page is loaded, by default what I'll do is I'll say that document.querySelector, okay, document.querySelector, I'll select the button and say disabled equals true. So by default, as soon as our page loads, the button is disabled, so you cannot add anything. Let's just go and check over here that if I load the page, now as you can see the button has been disabled. Now the new problem which we will now encounter is that even if I write something, the button is disabled. So for that there is an event listener present in JavaScript which we will use, that is document.querySelector. Firstly I will select the input bar and say on key up, which means when I release a key, so it is called as on key up. When I release a particular key, I'll say that if document, I'll firstly write the if statement over here, if document.querySelector input, now over here I'll say if the length of the value that is present inside the input tab is greater than 0, which means that there is something written inside the input bar, then I'll just copy this one and say then I do not want the button to be disabled because I want to add something, so I'll say false. But if the condition is true that there is nothing written over there, then yes, I want the button to be disabled, and I'll just give it a save. Now we'll run it again, and now as you can see the difference, as soon as I add something into the input bar, the button is enabled again. If I remove this, the button is disabled. So let's say I'll say first task, and I'll add this task. So now as you can see, the button now is enabled. So if I press the button, then the same problem lies again, that it is adding an empty li. So for that there is a last change that is required, that when we submit our form over here inside the on submit phrases, after the return false, we will again add that button.disabled equals true. And now if I run this, so you will see that the button gets disabled when a new element has been added, and then it gets enabled. If I'll remove this, it gets disabled. So this was how you can create a taskbar into by using only JavaScript. So hope you like this video. Thank you.